Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of my videos. Today, I'm so excited to do a foundation review. So this is a newer foundation. I was trying to find one that was available in stores, of course, so I can see the colors, because there's a couple of other ones I have in my cart on Ulta.com, but I gotta add some other things to do shipping. And this one they didn't have on Ulta.com. So it is the Covergirl Outlast Extreme Wear Foundation. So I'd kind of been seeing this, eyeing it, and I was like, okay, let me try like some other products first, and then I'll come around back to you. But this one is supposed to be, what is this? Full coverage. It's supposed to be your foundation, primer, and concealer. So actually we'll try it for that. I forgot about that. I grabbed the concealer, but let's see if that works. But we might just end up using a concealer for naturally flawless finish. So hopefully, I have dry skin if you're new here on my channel, so hopefully this will be like maybe satin finish at least on me. 24-hour wear, sweat proof, humidity proof, covers imperfections and evens out skin tones. It feels comfortable, lightweight, and breathable on skin. Interesting, because it is a full coverage foundation. So let's see if these claims are true. I got the color 840 natural beige, so hopefully this works for me. But since it says it's supposed to be a primer, I am not using a primer today. The only thing I am using, just to kind of see the difference on this, my left side of my face, I did put, overall I use like my Kiehl's moisturizer, and on the left side of my face I use my Good Molecule silicone free priming moisturizer, just in case, just to see if that would make a difference in general, because I feel like this one just works really well. And you know, if it really doesn't need any like sort of primer, then you know, my right side should be okay. Also, what I like to do is just try it out with a brush. I like a flat top brush and a beauty sponge, just to see if coverage wise it makes a difference. But I've prepped my skin, so let's go on in with it and see what is up with this. Ooh, it's got a little locking mechanism too, so for travel. Okay. Ooh, okay, not too thick, it kind of, but not like too watery or anything. If it was like watery, I'd be like, interesting. So hopefully this works. It's about like 8:15 a.m. right now. Okay, let's see with that. Let's go in with a sponge, and I'm just gonna be working from home, so like let's see how that does. Ooh, okay, this color is actually pretty good match for me. Let's see if this oxidizes. This is with a sponge. Ugh. It is very watery. It's like slipping off my hand, but I do have that redness, imperfections. I do need to even things out. If you hear coughing in the background, sorry, that's Frankie. That's just how he wakes up. It blends in nicely. It doesn't feel like full coverage. I feel like on camera it looks pretty good, like full coverage. I could cover things up, but I feel like I've had, well, this is with a sponge too. Well, I feel like I've had foundations that are like lighter weight that kind of cover this much, you know? So for a full coverage, I would say like medium. It's a good medium with the sponge. So let's see with the brush. But I just want to make sure we blend this nicely. And I want to see how it wears throughout the day. But okay, that color was a pretty good match for me. Let's do this side with a brush, and then I'll see how it like layers out too. So this is my favorite type of, this is honestly one of my favorite foundation brushes from Wet n Wild. It's like $3. Stippling brush, and this just covers things out so nicely. Ooh, okay, so it covers, ooh, that covered up that redness pretty nicely. It blends out really easily though, so that's good. I didn't see, ooh, no streakiness, which is nice, which can happen, I feel like, with dry skin and brushes, which is why I tend to lean towards a beauty blender sometimes, if it's not like a super hydrating foundation. But so far it doesn't feel like super matte. Maybe might be a little matte, but yeah, definitely a little bit better coverage with a brush. I feel like we're closer to full coverage with a brush, just like slightly like a difference instantly, than with a sponge. Yeah, so like with a sponge, I feel like I can kind of still see like skin stuff peeking through. So if you want, yeah, more of that full coverage, so let's just go over here and finish up with a brush. all around. But that was pretty good for like one layer. We'll do like 1.5. I feel like that's like all we need. I'll see if I have any spot correction. Oh, okay, let's try this out as concealer, which is interesting. We'll try it out. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, let's do some spot correction real quick. Got a little guy right there. Or maybe like all around. Yeah, spot correcting concealer maybe. I don't know if like under my eye concealer. But I feel like for spot correcting concealer, yes. If you want to like do it that way. I feel like it does cover redness. Let's see underneath the eyes while we're here. I just feel like it's not. No, I need. Oh. So this is my dark circle kind of without anything. It looks a little better. Let's cover the entire eye. So concealer on the eye, no concealer. That looks better. Let's try it. Let's try it. But yeah, usually I will cover up the entire eye. My concealer is like a base. Let me just smooth this all over. That looks pretty nice though. I gotta see, for me, I have dry skin like I said. How is this gonna dry on my skin? But that was pretty quick and easy. I definitely, yeah, I prefer with a brush for that full coverage. But if you're someone who doesn't want that much coverage, medium is always good too. Pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like a satin finish on me. So let me finish up the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Maybe I'll comb my hair for you too, and I'll be right back. So I combed my hair. I was like, should I just do a straighten because I slept with it wet? So I was like, oh, or we can do, this is my straightener curl, which is also like just really quick, but I sprayed my face with my Milani and Make It Last setting spray. I had done that while I was curling my hair, so it's been settled in for a while and it looks pretty good actually on my dry skin. I'm impressed. It hasn't really oxidized. I did do my bronzer, so you'll see that kind of color in there, but it's about 8:55. I've got to get to work, so I will do some check-ins maybe around lunchtime or something, a little bit after, and then at the end of the day and see how this lasts. All the other products that I use I'll list in the description box, but so far so good. It's not feeling like overly dry or anything. It's not like overly like a dewy, so I'm gonna get to work, but I will check in with you guys a little bit. All right, hello everybody. Before I get back to work, it's about 1 p.m. so I wanted to do my 4-hour check-in. This foundation is looking really great. I've got to say, even first putting it on, I thought personally, because I have dry skin, so I really wasn't sure how this was going to wear on my dry skin. And they did advertise natural finish. Of course, that can go one or two ways. It could be like a natural finish for like a matte or for oily skin people, so it looks a little bit more matte on dry skin. I was a little like, let's just try it. It didn't say matte finish, so, or what type of matte finish. That's why I do these reviews for you guys to see, especially my dry skin girls or boys. Men, women, everybody. But oh my god, like this is looking good. This is definitely a natural finish. And once again, I went in with like a layer and a half probably, because I went in again to kind of conceal around the face, and I used as concealer. The only thing I had to do, of course, was to set it right away with powder because I just creased terribly. But I mean, you wouldn't know that that's just foundation. It did make a difference. I do have dark circles, so I probably have to go with the color corrector and then this, but even just this is pretty good. It does, if you guys saw the difference between like just adding it underneath my eyes and not at all, it makes me look a little bit more awake, but the powder is sitting on really nicely in my bronzer. I was on like work Google Meets, Zoom calls, and I was just checking myself. I was like, damn girl, that foundation looks good. But so far, so good, CoverGirl. I honestly didn't know what to expect from that foundation. It kind of, I thought it was going to be basically like a dupe for the, I think it was like the activewear one that I did. It expired, so I don't have it anymore. But I thought it was going to be a dupe for that. But that one was definitely a little bit more matte, which was totally fine because like I was going out and using it to work out and stuff. So that one's also sweat proof, humidity proof. But this one came, I think I'm trying it at the right time too because it's April now. It's definitely getting a little bit more humid. My face is staying on. Like I will be out and about later with Blaze. So we'll see how that goes. But 4 hours, like it looks as good as when I first put it on. So we'll see after the workday or something for sure a full 8 hour kind of check-in. But so far so good, CoverGirl. Dry skin approved so far. 4 hours. Let's see another 4 hours. Okay, I'm back. It's 8 p.m. So we have had this foundation on. It's crazy when you have it on for a workday because you actually have to be up at a certain time and put it on. So let's say officially we were done with this by like 8:30, almost 12 hours, 11 and a half hours later. Final check-in. So since our 1 p.m. check-in, 7 hours later. So basically from the 1 p.m. to 7, it's kind of like that 8 hour wear almost. Oh my God, CoverGirl. I did not expect to like this foundation. More than anything, I did not expect to like this for dry skin, if you get me. Like I feel like whenever something is not specifically advertised as hydrating, dewy, and stuff like that, like those keywords for dry skin, I'm just always like, we'll try it, but I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it for my skin. A lot of things tend to lean, even if it's a natural finish, tend to lean more matte natural finish, if you get me. Dry skin girls, you probably get me because we've been there. Dry skin girls, check it out. Oh my gosh, like I like it. And then even for me, I feel like if you're a dry skin girl, but you don't specifically like that dewy finish, you don't like the stickiness that gives you. This was not sticky. Like my face feels nice and like not matte, but I guess matte for like dry skin. But geez, for 11 hours, yes. The one thing I want to point out, couple of things I want to point out, and it's not really fully due to the foundation, but my nose. So my nose, I actually noticed it a little bit more. Actually, not as bad now that I have the lights on. But the tip of my nose did come off a little bit, but a couple of things for that probably contributed to it. One, I took Blaze outside and I did put the face mask on, so of course the tip of the nose always. But then also I had my Wednesday therapy session, which is cry time. So there was that, and it's like, you know. So I was like, so that's probably what contributed mainly to the nose. But I also want to mention, like, can we still see the contour? Like that powder, the contour stayed intact a lot of times, especially with like an 11-hour wear time. Usually that's kind of gone and faded, but that still looks really good overall. I would say it's I'm glistening maybe a little bit more, but I'm dry skin. I don't mind, quote unquote oily maybe, but I don't mind again. So if you do have oily skin, I would say set it with the powder. Once again, I did not set this foundation at all. I tend to not do that for my dry skin. If anything, when I do add powder now, I try just to do it around the perimeter, which pretty much I kind of did with the bronzer. So it kind of still gave me a little bit more of the natural oils, natural type of finish throughout the day. Borderline oily, but I'm okay. I like a little peak of oil sometimes. It makes me glisten and glow. But smile lines, I mean, I'd be smiling a lot, you know, starting work and stuff. You can be like, hi, sure, you know. So maybe, but it's still not like fully cracking. That's just an issue in general. Like I tried to powder it down, but I mean, I'm not even mad at it. And it stayed on really nicely. I would say it's a nice natural finish foundation. Oh, let me see if there's a difference. So like I said, on this side, I did use the silicone-free priming moisturizer. On this side, I would say there's maybe just a slight difference. So if you happen to forget to maybe put on a primer, maybe you don't put on a primer, you're gonna be fine. I would say there's just a little bit more of a smoothness on this side, just slightly than this side. So which I'm fine. Like I need protection. A primer or protection. So I mean, but I like this moisturizing primer where it isn't really a primer. And honestly, for underneath the eyes, once again, we didn't use actual concealer. This is the actual foundation, which is pretty good. If you don't have dark circles like me, you're gonna be totally fine. But even like my eyelids, where I'll usually put on like concealer, like I feel like it looks kind of like what it would by the end of the day. Minimal creasing, I would say, but once again, that I set with the powder too. But for less than $11, like $10.50, I got mine at Target for $10.50. They have about like 23, 24 or so shades. Of course, we always want more, and depending which Target you go to, it's going to be catered to, I feel like, maybe demographically, like skin tone ranges there. So I feel like I went to like, I think it was like, what Target did I go to? It was a very Mexican neighborhood Target. So of course they're going to cater to my skin tone. I got the shade 840 Natural Beige. So if you're kind of around mine, this was actually pretty spot on. 3-in-1 though. It also did not oxidize really badly either. I think I'm really going to enjoy this, especially for the summertime, even more so. It's spring, so humidity is kind of coming through, but our face is staying intact. It's not over drying on my skin. It didn't, that's the thing, by the end of the day, sometimes you can see the dryness around my face, but we are looking good. And like if you had blush, the blush would still be on. I didn't touch up anything. Let me see, primer, concealer, and foundation. If you don't want concealer, or say you're doing your makeup on the go or something, you forget your concealer, this doubles as your concealer. Didn't really like crease either. Nope, we're good on creasing. So if that's like a issue, it doesn't feel heavy even though it's full coverage. I personally preferred it to get the full coverage, depending on your preference. I preferred it with the brush if you want that more instant full coverage, but I like the Beauty Blender as well. So it just depends. There you can get more of a medium coverage probably with the sponge. That tends to happen. Oh man, if you were eyeing this, I was just kind of like, I don't know. Like I feel like there really wasn't as much hype about this for some reason, but I think this is one that pretty much all skin types can use and like, and just maybe set differently, prep differently. So like for me, I'm going to use my usual like dry skin, my skincare prep hydrating routine, where I go in with my, moisturizer, my Mario Badescu face spray, and I'm gonna make sure I'm like nice and plump before. But if you're matte, maybe if you want a matte primer but you don't need one, but you're gonna set it with a powder, a mattifying powder, it's just gonna depend on your skin type how you're gonna set it and prep for it. But oh man, Covergirl, okay, another win. And honestly, the concealer, if I was gonna use it, was gonna be my favorite Covergirl concealer. What is it? The True Blend. Is it Undercover? I think it's the Undercover concealer. I don't know. That one also, they amazed me. I was like, whoa, Covergirl. That's why sometimes after that concealer or a couple other products where I was like, I guess I'll pick it up. I'll try it out. That looks intriguing. And it was kind of like, whoa, I really like this product. That's what kind of got me to get this one. And I'm glad I did. Because honestly, I don't know. I don't know. But if you guys have been curious about it, I highly recommend checking it out. More than anything, hopefully you could find it in your shade, whichever Target you kind of go to, or maybe also I saw they have them on Amazon too, if you want it to not have to go in stores or anything. I don't think I saw them at Ulta yet. Maybe they're just waiting, but for sure, Target online, Amazon online, check it out for less than $11, full coverage. Like, I kept looking at myself like, damn, my skin looks pretty good. Super easy, like this kind of go-to work makeup look and whatever. At most it came off my nose, but I mean that was out of the foundation's control. I did some things, but overall I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and demo wear test of the foundation. Let me know if you are going to pick it up, try it out, or if you have tried it out and you liked it or not, depending on your skin type. I am curious. Is this working for oily skin too? Normal skin probably. Y'all can do whatever you want. Dry skin girls though, I am here to say I very much approve of this foundation. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with the rest of my videos, and I'll see you all next time.